What's up, guys? Jay, MorninAfterKill, and I'm back here on the Borderlands pre-sequel. And recently I've noticed that there seems to be a divide right down the middle of the Borderlands community. And on the left we have Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2. I'm gonna call that Gearbox's Borderlands. And then we have Borderlands the pre-sequel. I'm gonna call that 2K's Borderlands. And I see people going back and forth, making arguments for which one is their favorite, why one game is better than the other, and I see a lot of valid arguments being brought up on both sides. You know, you got the people with the pre-sequel, like, oh, the game is new, there's nothing really yet there, Borderlands 2 was kind of fucked up at launch too, and they make a valid point. And you get the Borderlands 2 people to like, oh, but we had respawnable mini-bosses and DLCs and farmable bosses, and I'm like, you know, both of you guys make some pretty decent points. So what I wanted to do was kind of I wanted to step back out of the big picture. I wanted to look at the Borderlands franchise as a whole, and I kind of wanted to figure out, you know, where these decisions with the pre-sequel Borderlands 2 and then Borderlands 1, I'm gonna see if there's any type of, like, rational or logical pattern to what's going on. And I actually noticed that the more they try to do with this series, the more they end up fucking things up. So let's look at the pre-sequel. The biggest complaint is we don't have respawnable mini-bosses. And then if you go back to Borderlands 2, there was a ton of mini-bosses for us to spawn, kick ass on, and maybe get a few legendary weapons off of, right? But then if we go all the way back to Borderlands 1, it was even cooler because there were a few enemies in the game like Ajax who had their own unique that when they dropped, they had a chance to spawn with legendary weapon parts and create rare as fuck unique hybrids. And I'm talking about rarer than a college girl with an intact hymen. So I'm just looking at things like that, and then Borderlands 1 didn't have any way to replay missions or playthrough, and I'm like, oh man, that sucks, you know. But people were using Willow Tree to reset their playthrough and play at max level, and you know, if it wasn't for modders using Willow Tree to fix the game, we wouldn't have the UVHM update in Borderlands 2, because that gave Gearbox the idea of like, oh my god, people want to play this at max level, let's give them the ability to reset their playthrough with UVHM. But how does Gearbox repay those motherfuckers? In the same patch, they banned modded weapons. What? I'm not even lying. Like, they banned modded weapons in pretty much the same patch that they stole UVHM from other people. I'm like, that's fucking retarded, and that ended up leading to a huge significant portion of the fan base leaving, because Borderlands 1, a lot of people really enjoyed making their own weapons with the Willow Tree save editor, going through the game and being overpowered as fuck and kicking the living shit out of everything. So, I mean, not only did they have fun with the game, but they also inadvertently created a game mode, which we got in Borderlands 2, and we also finally got the ability to reset our playthrough without any third-party modifications. Except when Gearbox did this, they added in such great features such as enemies regening health while you're shooting at them. Like, serious, what the actual flying fuck was that about? Like, I could get on board with enemy health regeneration, but why the fuck is this enemy regenerating health while I'm still fucking shooting at him? Like, I could see if it was like, oh, you didn't shoot this enemy for 10-15 seconds, next time you see him, he's gonna be full health. No, this motherfucker is standing there, just fucking ultimate warrior, fucking pumping and flexing. Ah, give me your damn loot! And I'm sitting there with this white fucking machine gun shooting him in the face. He's like, ha 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 ha! You thought that was gonna work. And now, we're here at the pre-sequel, and we got mini-bosses that drop legendaries, but they don't respawn at all. And instead of actually fixing this issue, we're getting a holodome that has these mini-bosses that spawn inside of them. And we're getting UVHM, which will be resettable at any point throughout the playthrough. Meaning, if you did a side mission, any enemy that you're farming didn't drop the legendary that you're looking for, oh well, time to reset the entire campaign. Now, they did say the campaign might be an abbreviated version, and hopefully it cuts out like entire shitty missions like, you know, Pickle's fetch quests and Helio's veins bullshit. I gotta go through all those jump pads and, oh my god, I don't want to do that shit again. Who wants to do that shit? Nobody! It's like the worst area of the game. That's why nobody ever goes there. But even so, even if they manage to get the campaign down to, say, a manageable hour, that is a very short time to go through an entire campaign of games. Do you really want to spend an entire hour just for one shot at a legendary because the enemy doesn't respawn? Like, do you really want to play through the entire campaign every time you want to kill a mini-boss? Like, it took me 107 kills to get Dukino's mom to drop me a Mongol one day. Literally, I farmed for like 3 hours fucking straight. Do you really think I'm gonna spend 107 hours of my life playing? That's just playing through the campaign, not even farming the mini-boss yet, just to try to get a legendary? No! Of fucking course not! So why am I making this video? Well, because the other day, I was packing up my 360 for the good. 100%. I would never hook up my Xbox 360 again. It's gonna go in the living room, just for fuck's sake, just to keep it around, because I don't want it on my shelf anymore. But I decided to hop on my GTA 5 100% Xbox save for the fuck of it. And I was just like, you know, driving around, fucking around, blowing shit up. Sort of like a last hurrah for my Xbox 360, since I really did enjoy my time with the 360, and Xbox, you know, GTA 5 was probably one of my favorite games that came out on that system of all time. So it's just like a last hurrah type of deal. And I noticed something when I paused the game, and I fucking forgot all about this. And it was like being smacked in the face with a cinder block, and then somebody just dragging their dick from cheek to cheek right across my nose. Ooh, yeah. Not only am I gonna drag my dick across your cheek, I'm gonna dip it in water first, so you get soggy, floppy dick. Ew. So I looked and I was like, oh yeah, GTA has the ability to replay every mission in the game. Just right there. Plain view. Clear as day. I don't have to pay $9.99 to do it. And I was like, man, there's a large list in the menu of all the missions. And I was like, Borderlands has a huge list of missions in the inventory screen already. Why the fuck doesn't Borderlands just have an option to go to that list and replay the missions that we've already completed? If we've already completed it, what's it matter if we replay it, right? I mean, coded-wise, it seems like it would be actually possible, since we've already got the list there, we've already got the spot in the inventory screen with. All you really need to do is add in a trigger that would trigger you to respawn into that mission. And I was like, man, one of the biggest complaints of Borderlands 2's Ultimate Vault Hunter mode is that you couldn't reset DLC separately if you wanted to replay the Torg DLC. So, like, if I wanted to redo Torg, or to, you know, Captain Scarlet's DLC to go through the treasure room, I had to reset my entire progress for the entire playthrough. That means every single DLC, main story campaign, even Headhunter packs. That's fucking stupid. It's ridiculous. And I'm sitting here wondering exactly why we don't have a feature like this in Borderlands. Like, hell, if you really want to sell me a fucking DLC, $9.99. Sell me a golden fast travel station, and it quote unquote simulates or digistructs 8th mission in the game, so you don't have to worry about any story or continuity issues. But I mean, let's be real, this is Borderlands. There's already story and continuity issues in the game. So, I don't know. I was just wanting to hear your guys' opinions on this. Like, would you rather pay $10 for another Moxie's Underdome ripoff, or would you rather pay $10 for a Golden Fast Travel Station? It allows you to replay any mission in the game without resetting your progress in your playthrough. I mean, we're already at the point to where Gearbox is selling us fixes inside the game. I'm at that point to where, you know what, fuck it. I'm willing to pay for fixes inside the game as long as it's the fucking fix that I want. And this would fix everything inside the game. Is just the option to replay anything from one fast travel. You wouldn't even have to add more fast travels into the game, because if I wanted to do a farming run, I wouldn't have to travel anywhere inside of the actual game. I could just go to this fast travel and boom, pick the mission I want to do, and then I can have fun redoing the mission while farming these mini bosses. And you're still getting people to play your game a little bit extra longer because they're having to do the entire mission instead of just running past all the enemies and farming the the boss. They would still have to go through the progress of the mission to get that boss to spawn, but it would still be a better compromise to what we got now, which is gonna be an Underdome. It's in the walls. So, my name's Jay. MorninAfterKill. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. If you could leave a thumbs up on the video, I'd highly appreciate it, because it gives me motivation to make more videos for you motherfuckers that watch my motherfucking videos. I mean, honestly, we've already paid to fix this game, because we bought the season pass, and they're putting DLC in this game that's gonna fix issues with the main vanilla game. And even though I find that horrendous, I find it disgusting, I find it to be unfair business practices. That's what I find it to be. But at this point, I love the Borderlands franchise so much. I'm willing to pay, and I'm willing to pay extra outside of the season pass. But it's gotta be exactly what the fuck I want! So, like I said, my name's Jay. MorninAfterKill. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys later.